Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. And I hope you're all having a lovely day. It's very beautiful, despite being February. Still fucking cold though. So yes, I have just finished watching episode 4 of Reacher season 3, Dominique, and once again, we have an episode that's basically flashbacks, adding a bit more context into the plots, and it kind of works and it kind of doesn't work, but there's still plenty to like about it. So, um, before I get into my thoughts, I want to. Oh, hello, Fandad Menace. Oh, yes. Thanks for letting me know. There will be some spoilers, so if you have not watched this episode yet, I highly recommend you switch this off for now and catch the replay and watch the episode if you don't mind, and you don't mind me talking a lot of bollocks about this program, whether you have intention of watching it or not, then hey, I'm not going to complain. So yeah, before I get into this, we've had two devastating fucking news here. We've got the death of Michelle Trachtenberg, if I'm pronouncing her name right, because I don't think I've ever heard her name said. I've seen it in writing mostly. Very young age, 39 years old, and yeah, that's such a really young age to die, and it's looking like she didn't really have any good health issues at the moment. I will just get the screen up. Give me a second. Yeah, it is very horrific. So let's have a look. Michelle Trachtenberg. And here we go. Michelle Trachtenberg, 39 years old. I'm not going to pretend I liked her character Dawn in Buffy. I always found her character to be rather annoying. And yeah, not really a big fan of Gossip Girl. I don't think I've ever seen Harriet the Spy. I did watch Your Trip last year for the first time, and yeah, it was actually very funny in a very stupid way. And yeah, she was fucking cute in it. Even then, me and Toxic and Blue Collar Loser were already saying how really ill she looked in the movie. And yeah, so if we can get an image of her lately. Yeah, from that picture there. Sorry, I can't increase it anymore here for some reason. But yeah, she looked very gaunt. She was obviously having bad health issues, and I think it was something to do with a liver transplant, and it just rejected her. Sometimes these things happen. I don't know. It's there could be more to it, but I'm not going to speculate on that. So yeah, rest in peace, 39. I mean, she's only fucking now like 3 years older than me. Yeah, very sad loss. Yeah, rest in peace, young woman. And we've also lost Gene Hackman as well. Fucking hell, one of the greatest actors out there, man. Gene Hackman. Oh, my dad was such a big fan of this guy back in the day. He would watch anything that had Gene Hackman in it. Just like fucking John Wayne, and God, the suspicion, the fucking. It wasn't even natural causes. It's some kind of fucking carbon monoxide poisoning, and he killed his wife as well as the dog. Jesus Christ. And there's his wife as well. She was 63, and I don't know if this was a more recent picture of her, but she looks fucking good. But I'm guessing not, because he looks a little bit younger there. I'm guessing 60s or 70s here. But damn, man. That is such a fucking shame, and I'm not going to go speculating on whether the news is accurate, whether whether it was foul play or not. They're ruling it out, but I do have my suspicions here a little bit. I'm not going to get too into it because it's kind of going down a rabbit hole here, and could probably talk about that more on some other stream if the opportunity calls for it. But right now I'm just going to focus on the loss of a very, very fucking good actor. And yeah, I know we got this whole Epstein list thing coming out, but I'm really hope is not the case here. But God, Gene Hackman, man. Well, no, the guy was always fucking good. I don't think he was ever good. He may not be my favourite Lex Luthor, but he was still fun. I think Michael Rosenbaum and Clancy Brown are my favourite Lex Luthors in my opinion. They're the one that gets it right. But his version of Lex Luthor was still fucking good. He was still a very funny sort of like big, rich sort of like criminal, underground criminal, something like that. Who was very, very dastardly. And not forgetting his very underrated role as Harry Zim in Get Shorty. I mean, this is one of the few times where he just plays a downright fucking dork, a downright fucking loser, a downright idiot numbskull. I mean, that scene where he's trying to get Chili to get these loan sharks, these limo guys who he owes money to off his back, and he's like, okay, I want you to keep the curtain closed. I want this. Keep the curtains open because I want the sun in their eyes. Don't tell them my name. Don't tell them about this script that you've written. Don't talk about Mr. Lovejoy, okay? Let me handle it. Don't say a word. I will handle it. And what does Harry Zim do? He fucking starts saying, hey, this is my partner, Chili. And he starts giving away Lovejoy like a twat. You want to punch him, but he's so good at it. So, yeah. Moving on now. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. And Michelle Trachtenberg. But we're going to get back on track now to... Reacher Series 3. So I will stop the screen right there and get back onto... Actually, no, I'll just get back onto Internet Movie Database, Reacher, for now. Reacher Series 3. Series 3, Dominique. So we can get Internet Movie Database on. Where are you? Yeah, they just got me onto the character. So Internet Movie Database. So yeah, Internet. So here we are. So now we get onto the plot, and I will go through it all by my lonesome. And yeah, forgive me if I don't click onto the comments just now. I'm just reading, and I will get to the comments soon because I like interacting with you. Hey, Nix, how you doing, man? And hey, your little sisters are annoying. And Mr. Luthor. Yeah, Mr. Luthor, yeah. Mr. Hackman. Yeah, good to see you beautiful bastards on the stream. And yeah, get into a plot. So it continues where the last one left off with Reacher framing Angel Doll and a couple of his Zach's employers as the kidnappers, and Reacher's and Zach is telling a guy called McCabe, who apparently is the boss. And to be honest, I was like, shit, man. I was saying it was Quinn last week. It's someone else who might be in a league with Quinn. Then it turns out later that it is Quinn who's going by a different name. So Reacher makes... So once they get back, Reacher gets out of the house and makes it look like he's out for food, just so he can meet up with Duffy, who was trying to figure out where the informant is, what's in the crates, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, this is where it's revealed that McCabe must be Queen. And it cuts to a flashback. And yeah, this is where I thought the episode was like, okay, is this going to be a full flashback episode? You know, because I'm a little bit skeptical here, especially after a little bit of the build-up from the first episode. So, yes, we go to the flashback, and it's where Reacher is still a military policeman, and he's assigning a very young sergeant named Cole, who's very naive, but she's very eager, she's very enthusiastic, but she may not seem to have much experience in the field, but she does have some smarts when it comes to evaluating criminals. So, and obviously, and I love this little line where she's wondering why there's no chairs in the room, and Richard's like, I just didn't like anybody hanging around, so I got rid of the chairs. And then, but she proves herself to be very smart. She evaluates Kowalski. She's a guy called Garolski, if I'm pronouncing his name right, who was a suspect in some weapons manufacturing, some specialized weapons, but she knows something's wrong. She knows Garolski might not be the main key player because his record is actually clean. He's been in the army, blah blah blah, and no way is a guy in his 40s just suddenly becoming a criminal overlord, because like 70% of them start off criminals before they're 40. And Reacher really has this admiration for her, and I really liked it. And yeah, let's get her up. Sergeant Cole, where are you? Lovely. There she is. Mariah Robinson. Oh, God, I really love this actress. She is very good. She's very good. I mean, God. She's not in it she's only in this episode, but man, she really gets you to really care about her, and I really liked her. She's very smart, but she's not a Mary Sue either. Yeah, she's a woman. She's strong. She's diverse, but she's very smart, and she's not smart she's not like smart that makes Reacher look like an idiot. She just comes across as a very observant woman, and Reacher loves her so much. He even says, "I'm going to get you a chair." I love that. I just love that. That's so cute. And I love Reach. He's very serious about it as usual. His deadpan delivery is so great. So go back. So they're now on an assignment. They're looking for Garolski to make that drop. And they have a nice little bonding moment, which talks about Dad and all the hunting that she used to do, and Dad's dead, and she asks about Reacher, and he talks about his past with his dad, and always being all over the place because he was growing up on bases, different places all the time, and he always seemed to like living a very humble life. He wasn't he had no use for material things, and she makes that. She says that line about him being very similar to him, and I love how Richardson just sort of reacts as Reacher is like, I never really thought about it that way, which is such a Reacher thing to do. It's like, yeah, that's not really something like that isn't a big deal to him. He's a very simple guy. That's what I like about him. He's very simple. He knows how to get a few bucks when he needs them. But at the same time, he knows how to survive without money. He can go anywhere. He can sleep anywhere. He can adapt. That's what I love about this character. And he does get a lot right about the book, but I think Toxic even mentioned once that he's kind of an arsehole in the book. And I will agree with Toxic and Blow. Whoever is writing the dialogue for this is obviously making changes, and he's doing a good job of making Reacher feel like an actual likable guy. And so now, but they've been waiting for so long, they know something's off, so they go to observe the drop. They go to the bin where Garolski has apparently made the drop, but the envelope is empty. And they suddenly realise it's 30 yards away, and it's in some kind of newspaper. So they're being had. So out of desperation, they haul in Garolski. And Garolski is rattled by Cole's interrogation. She's doing a fucking fine job. She's really good at getting inside people's heads a little bit. She knows how to work them, and I thought that was really good. So we'll get to Garolski. See if we can get his line. No, where is he? Is he on there? Here we go. Jonathan Souza, Specialist Garolski. And yeah, for a small little role, he plays it very, very well. He's got the look of a scared guy, and you can tell he's definitely not keen on doing what he's doing. I mean, they kidnapped his fucking daughter and held her ransom just because they could. Just to show him they could get to him. And yeah, Toxic, how you doing, man? So get the comments up. So how is it so far? 4 down and many left. I think it goes down a little bit from the last episode, but I am still liking a lot. There's still plenty of moments that still engage me. I think the flashbacks are actually very good. I love the relationship between Reacher and Cole right now, and we don't see much of the other one, Francoski, if I'm pronouncing his name right. So yeah, Reacher is the good version. I cannot disagree. He's a good version, yeah. Yeah, so obviously, but he does agree to work with Cole and Reacher straight away. And the flashback kind of goes back to the presents, but some of the present scene that it keeps flashing back to aren't really needed. I mean, they kind of mentioning what we're already fucking saw or about to see. And I think this is one of the few things I would have changed. I would have just let the whole. I would have had Reacher come in after his, after getting back with Zachary, make his little excuse that he's going out for lunch and meet up with Duffy, then tell a story, then keep the flashback as a whole right up until the end where we go back to the present. So this is where Kowalski tells him the name Quinn. I found out Quinn is a military intelligence, and he's got a lot of pies in the. Sorry, he's got his fingers in the pies of the military system, so he can pretty much he has a lot in there. He's selling state secrets, everything. And the Francoski character hands Cole a file, and he's obviously got a bit of a thing for he's obviously giving his feelings away a little bit too much. He's not very subtle. And it's looking like the one guy could lead them to Quinn, and that is a guy called Quam, some very foreign-looking guy, very ethnic-looking guy. So they sit outside a nightclub where they wait for Quam to come out, and Kawim, if I'm pronouncing his name right, Kawim, they found him and they try to approach him, and they try to arrest him peacefully, but Kozim, that's him, by Farhang. Gotcha. Sorry, because I'm looking at my notes here as well, so I'm easily missing the names on the Internet Movie Database. So bear with me. I will find it. So he's obviously one of the guys who can maybe another lead to Quinn. Obviously, they blackmail him and they aggressively persuade him to work with them. So he does the drop with Quinn. Francoski follows Quinn anyway. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm going back here a little bit as well. Richard informs his superior about their plan. Quasim exchanges a drop. Francoski. The name is fucking on the tip of my tongue. I'll call him Francis. Fuck it. Francis from Franz Cozy follows Quinn while Reacher collects the evidence from Quasim. And it's looking like they have Quinn, which tells Cole to take the credit with Francis anyway, with the Franz guy. Because he figures that if Reacher, people know that Reacher is involved in it, they're probably going to think that he was the main guy who did it all, while Dominique and Franz fucking was just along for the ride. And I love that as well, because Reacher's not that type of guy who wants credit. He doesn't care about getting his face in the papers. He's the type of guy who probably hasn't really understood the concept of getting attention on social media, and neither does he want to. And I like that about his character, and I love that he shares a beer with her as well. And they have a good bond. I mean, I'll say what you like about season 2. He still has some good chemistry with these good guys. He had the the way he had chemistry with Roscoe and Finlay in season 1, and he's got chemistry with these minor characters who spoiler alert, are going to get killed later on. And he's got good chemistry with Duffy and Guillermo and Stephen. Jesus Christ, he does well. He's even got chemistry with Richard Beck. I mean, they're doing really well. They're getting some good actors here. I like it. I really like it. But then Richard tells... Then Reach gets a text off Cole, and it's saying, I have him, sir. And Richard knows something is wrong because he told her not to call him sir, just call him Reacher. He's not into that sir stuff. And another nice little moment, which really pays off, which is set up but pays off. And God, man, you know something's up. He goes to the place and he finds out that Franz is now dead. Franz Corsi is now dead. He's been shot in the head, and Cole is now missing. So he talks to one of I forgot the other guy's name. Is it General Leon Garber, played by Andres? Yeah, Leon Garber, and it helps him trying to figure out where she might be, and eventually. Yeah, and Reacher really does look really rattled as well. He's almost forgetting, and Leon's like, remember what I taught you? And he remembers, because it's the same lessons he was teaching to Franz Corsi when Dominique was in trouble in the fight outside the nightclub, and saying that, listen, don't focus on the mistakes you made, focus on the task at hand and hope that your partner's got your back, those kind of things. It was very good. It's, once again, even though this is just an okay episode, even though it's just an okay episode, there's still plenty I really liked. I think the flashbacks are still the best thing in this episode. And I kind of would have gone for a series where it was back in the past in his army days. Because, I'm still liking it. I still think the first one is strong, but I don't know if this might be better than the second one, because I think it goes back to Reacher being a bit on his own, even though he's working with these other people. Persuader is not the book I would have adapted for season 3. I'll take your word for it. You're the expert on the books more. I'm still kind of halfway through The Killing Floor at the moment, so avoided spoilers so far since watching something else, but I had to jump in to check if it's still on par with previous seasons. I would recommend watching it. I would not recommend you go further than until you've watched the episodes, but that's up to you, Nick. That is up to you. So now Garber and Reacher are still trying to figure out where they could be, and he gives him a few possible locations, and it's going to be somewhere where Cole cannot be heard screaming when she's tortured. He knows Quinn is going to be doing something bad to her because Garber's read the psych evaluation on Quinn. He's obviously a psychopathic narcissist who delights in fucking causing harm to people, kidnapping people, which shows he probably is the macabre guy that Zachary is working for. So Reacher, I'm just finding where I'm supposed to be. He reaches the farmhouse, but he doesn't go to the house. He goes to the barn because that's where she's likely to be. You're not going to go do it in a house, are you, where you have to clean up every now and then. A barn, you can probably clean up all the hay that's covered in blood, blah, 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 burn it up, whatever, leave tracks a bit easier. Who knows? Toxic is more of an expert on that, and I will let him establish that fact on the chat, and maybe later on the streams. I'm hoping I can join you in blue later when I get a chance. So he reaches the barn and he finds her corpse. She's hung up. She's hanging on some hook, and she's obviously been tortured. She's bloody, and God, it is a fucking... Oh, you don't see anything, but it's horrific to look at. Just seeing her feet with the blood dripping down is enough, and whoever the actress Maria Robinson, she has done such a good job maybe making me like her and making me care that she got killed. I am really And then Reacher walks outside and he's got this look on his face, and I'm like, oh, I feel it. I fucking feel it. Yeah, Richardson, seriously, like, he plays it well. And sorry, Tom Cruise, I like you as an actor, I like you as an action star, but I don't buy him as Reacher. I did not buy him as Reacher. I only saw the first film. I have not seen the second one yet. So he goes back to the house and he sees Quinn. It looks like he's cleaning up, and Reacher confronts him. He holds a gun to him, and Quinn really tries to bribe his way out of it. He really tries to talk his way. This guy's an absolute detestable scumbag. And trying to see if we can get the actor up. Where is he? Quinn? McCabe, where are you? Where are you, Quinn? There you go. Brian T. Oh, God. And he even tells him that call was working for him, and it was all, and he was just trying to string you along. Then she tried to betray me, and so yeah. It's been a few Fast and Furious Tokyo. Yeah. Actually, as Ed mentioned that on my last one, and yeah, the Wolverine. I think I might recognise him in the Wolverine. I think is his picture up. Oh, no, I don't want to go too fast in case, but yeah, he's a very good actor. He has a short scene, but dude, he's creepy as hell. Toxic will agree more for obvious reasons, but so Quinn tries to escape. Reacher just batters him, and he takes him down to some waterfall. And Quinn still tries to bribe his way out of it. He really does, right up until Reacher says, "What was her first name?" Oh no, earlier he asks the first name, and then Quinn tries to escape. Oh yeah, so obviously he's probably lying. So he tries to escape. Reacher knocks him out, takes him to the waterfall, holds him at gunpoint, and he's like, "Dominique." And he's like, "What?" "Dominique, that was her name." Bang! Shoots him in the head. Cuts back to the present, where Reacher tells Duffy and Guillermo that he used the 2-2 that he had because he didn't want any suspicion with the gun that he uses himself, which is very smart. Trouble is, like, it's a 2-2, so they aren't very powerful, so it's obvious that the bullet didn't really penetrate the brain enough to kill him. It probably got lost in his head, and he survived. And obviously I'm surprised he survived the waterfall and didn't have every bone in his body broken to fucking bits. But alright, it is what it is. A little contrivance, okay, but I'll roll with it. So it goes back to the barn, and Reacher lays Dominique Cole's body and covers it, and yeah, you can tell the guilt on his face as well. It's just it is brutal. It is just so brutal. And it comes back, and the police come to question Reacher about where Quinn is, and he says Quinn got away before he even got there. And it cuts back to the present. So I'm going to get my notes. And this is another great moment that goes into the present, where Duffy reveals that she kind of blackmailed their informant to play ball. The informant is Teresa. I mean, she lied to her and everything, coming up with all this sort of shit to make her cooperate. And yeah, this is another great flaw of Sonia Cassidy's character as Duffy, and she plays it so well. She really plays the guilt so well on this. Yeah, so she's been a very bad agent, and she's now paying for it. It's she's allowed an innocent woman to die if she's not dead already. And it's a great moment, and she's obviously trying to make it right now because, yeah, she was acting like some every other shifty fucking government agent, playing with people's lives just for their own personal gain, for just to meet their boss's demands. Bosses that don't care about the people they're protecting, but only about their own bloody careers. It's and she's probably been the same. She wanted to get this she was willing to use anyone just to further her career, and now, but this redeems her as well a little bit because she does genuinely feel some remorse, and I do want to see her rescue her and maybe become a better person. So Sonia Cassidy, fucking, you nailed it, woman. You nailed it. I like it. I like your character. You did a shitty thing, but yeah, this is not like some other Mary Sue who will probably do that and not feel bad and suddenly be portrayed as the greatest ever. No, they're portraying that she has done something terrible. I mean, they are really establishing. They are telling us the show. It's the character is aware that she has done a very bad thing and she has to make it right, and that is good writing. That is very good writing. The first one is good. If compared to the second one, it's perfection. If you're talking about the series, then yeah, I do agree. I think I still like the second series. I still think it's fun. It's I still like his dynamic with the characters, but I think Reacher is better when he's a little bit on his own. So I'll probably get copyright for this fucking clips that showing. So I better get off. I don't know what that show is, but it's got Naomi Harris. I like her as an actress. She's good. So Reacher eventually makes it, and Reacher says, "Well, that's one thing we have in common," and I love that. So yeah, they both got someone that killed, and it's weighing on them, and they're both still trying to look for some kind of redemption for it, especially with the whole Quinn case. So yeah, what have we got? So Richard heads back to Beck's place with food, and the maid's giving him that look like he has to wipe his feet again, which is a nice little nod to the last episode, which is very funny. And I kind of like the older maid. What's her name? Where is she? The French one as well. She's kind of cute. I can't find it here. Let's check on the cast and crew. Let's have a look. Oh, so many names. So many bloody names. I think it's Helen Taylor as Agnes. So, yeah. Yeah, and I think there's this little line where... Oh, it's something to do with the coffee, and he wants some coffee, but she kind of makes this snarky remark saying, it escapes me, but I'll move on. But I do like this little moment where Annette, played by Caitlin McNeary, she's the French one, I'm guessing, he kind of is interrogating her a little bit as well. He's trying to pass it off, but come on, he's interrogating her, and even she sort of like figures out a little bit, and she's obviously got a bit of a crush on him. But I don't know if the romance is supposed to be for Duffy and him. But I don't really buy romantic chemistry between him and Duffy. I just buy him as these two people working together, and and honestly, I like the chemistry between Roscoe and Reacher a bit better, to be honest. And it's kind of a shame that we might not see her again. Who knows? They're changing a lot from the book, so she could come back. So obviously, morning later, he's naked. She's giving him some fresh clothes, and I love what he says as well. He's like, I have this. It's been a while since I've smelled fresh clothes, and he kind of sneers a little bit at this very floral print polo shirt. He's like, nah, and he just puts on a plain black shirt because Reacher's not really a guy who wants to wear anything too extravagant. He's very plain. His clothes are very plain, and that's what he should be. He's a very plain guy. He likes his interests are very plain. He's simple. Plain shirt is just him. And then he spots Richard Beck badly and laughably bad punching a punching bag. Yeah, I like Duffy as well. She's really growing on me. Even though this episode is weaker than the third one, I am still liking her. I mean, I'm liking her little character arc here. So Richard goes out to try and teach him how to punch, and obviously what's happened he really wants to sort of step it up. He probably has idolized Reacher a little bit as well, and he's probably seen how awesome Reacher is at cracking heads, and he wants to do that himself. And who can blame him? He idolizes him. He probably is seeing him more as a father figure, and I love the bond between him and Richard. So yeah, where's Richard? There he is, Johnny Fairchild, Richard Beck. Yeah, and he plays it really well. And it's like, did your dad never teach you to throw a punch? It's like, my dad doesn't give a shit. And he's like, otherwise, this wouldn't have happened to me. It's like, well, if your dad went to the police, they would have fucking seized everything. They would have arrested him. They would have put you in a foster home. And so he's obviously trying to, sort the kid out. And yes, I knew Sonia Cassidy was British. I didn't recognise it was her at first. Or there's a series called Humans about androids used as sort of like pleasure or babysitting, housekeeper for menial tasks, and they start to become aware and they start to have emotions as well. And it does, and it's kind of like Blade Runner, where it answers the questions about what it means to be human, blah blah blah. And she's in series 2 as well as an android who's learning that to become emotional, and she kind of becomes more convinced to hate people. She plays a very good villain in it. I would check it out. I would really check it out. I mean, you might like it. Who knows? And the first time he sees Reacher go to him, he's teaching him how to hit, and it's a very good bond as well. He tries to get him to not hate his dad because it's obvious his dad does care about him. But it's like Agnes said as well, before the wife died, before all of this, he was a very nice, lively guy. He was a good guy. And this Quinn, McCabe, whoever is, has definitely warped him, definitely broken it. So now it's looking like Duffy and Guillermo are trying to reach a warehouse. And Guillermo is very, very skeptical about Richu as well, and he's kind of right to us a little, because he's basically killed a guy illegally and covered it up. He's basically up for bending the rules, fucking doing a lot of dodgy shit as well to get ahead if he needs to. He's a guy who doesn't play by the rules, and he can be fucking ruthless. He does have a bit of a moral compass as well, and he's not always a good guy. He just happens to have more of a moral backbone than most than the people he goes after. But it's looking like he will have. It's looking like there is a chance he could be just as bad as the people he goes after, which is what I like. It's kind of like Batman with the Joker, or James Bond with his villains. And yeah, Trump Daddy, Mr. President, I don't know if I should salute you, or if that might be not proper. I don't know. I will be signing an executive order for each books to be taught in schools to help boys become more manly. Yes, do that, man. Do that, man. Yes, I will highly support, and I hope you can sign an executive order to invade England so we can get rid of that fucking scumbag Starmer before he arrests me for having an opinion. But then Richard learns that Zach that there's a laptop from Angel Doll that's gone missing. It has shipments, everything, and it's looked like they've tracked it to the same warehouse Duffy and Guillermo have just managed to reach. And Quinn's guys, McCabe guys are on it, and fucking Richard has to fucking get out there. He tries to warn them, and no, Quinn's guys have made it there now, and the episode ends. And oh my fucking god, Jesus Christ! I gotta find out what happens next Thursday then. So that was the episode, and so far it's fun. It's a fun episode. It's not as good as the third one, but I would have liked it if there was a full flashback. Maybe, I don't know, because I would have seen more. Maybe more scenes of the Frankie guy as well, because we got to know Cole a bit more, but we didn't really get to know Frankie a little bit more. And and I do love the little scenes with Frankie having a thing for Cole, and Reach tries to give him he's kind of all formal at first, saying don't get personally involved with your teammates, blah blah blah. But then he sort of like takes pity on him and says, She doesn't like dancing, which is a reference to earlier where he asks her if she tries to if she likes dancing. And yeah, sorry, Digital Pollution. Hello, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Hey, I'm nearly done here. I've just gone through the whole episode, and hopefully I haven't spoiled anything for you. And before you entered the chat, if you have not, if you haven't listened to the rest of it, and you still don't want the episode spoiled, then you might be lucky. Watch the episode first and watch the replay. Hear me talk bollocks about this stuff, which is kind of the whole point because it's called Bastard Talks Bollocks. So yeah, Human. Damn, I forgot about that TV series. 3 seasons, right? I heard it fell off bad. I have not seen series 3 yet. I can't really say it. I did like the first series. Season 2 wasn't too bad. But I'll try and see if series 3 was okay, because I did like the first series, and the second series wasn't too bad either. So, and I'm repeating myself. I don't apologise. So yeah, and I do like how Rachel sort of took pity on Frankie and said she just give us some roses and take her out for a meal, and don't get roses. Every other asshole gets her roses. And I love it. I mean, obviously, I'm going to go into like favourite character or something like that. I mean, maybe for the main characters, it's definitely a Reacher episode. It's definitely Alan Ritchson. I didn't really do the favourite character, supporting character in the last few. Obviously, I was just off the cuff a little bit and I didn't have notes, but I will do it here, and I maybe rewatch those episodes again and maybe tell you each one in the different stream. So, yeah, favourite main character has got to be Reacher. He's always good. He's once again, he's resourceful. He adapts. He's very smart. He's very tough, and you do buy his authority as well. You buy that he means good for his people. It's like he's trying to figure out humans as well. He comes across as a guy who knows humans, but at the same time still trying to figure them out in a way. It's comes across like he's still figuring it out, but he already has, and I like that. I always need a reason to talk bollocks. Well, I don't need to, but it's nice to have one anyway, just so I can justify my bollocks. And as for the guest star, it's got to be Mariah Robinson as Dominique Cole. I really like this actress, and she's kind of cute as well. And it's such a shame that she's only got this one episode. And all right, Digital Pollution. Spoiler. She gets spoiler alerted in case you missed everything else I said. Yeah, she's got a very nice charm to her. She's very naive. There's a likability to her. There's a warmth to her. There's a kindness to her. But at the same time, there's a very sort of toughness to her as well, which doesn't feel forced. Which doesn't feel make her come across as spiteful or too mean or hard edged. Even when she's sort of breaking this guy's Kowalski's balls in the interrogation, you still kind of buy it. And I like the relationship, even though it's only in for this episode. Yeah, it's optional at best. And my favourite line has got to be Dominique. That was her name. Come on. I mean, what else is there to say? What else is there to say about that line? And the favourite moment has got to be when he finds hair hanging. Oh God, it's such a devastating scene to watch, and the look on Reacher's face alone. I mean, no words are fucking said. I mean, the guilt, the fucking anger, the vengeance, everything, all in one reaction, all mixed up all piled into one reaction on Richson's face. So for my final rating, since the lads like to fucking make potato remarks, I will go with potato ratings. I might start doing that from now on. So out of 4 potatoes, I give it maybe 3 potatoes. Not 5 potatoes, I'll give it 3 out of 5 potatoes. And I think that's it now, and I don't want to establish any more. hopefully if Blue Collar Loser and Toxic are on at a time where I'm awake or not too busy and they want me on, I will jump on. I will have no problem, probably listening to their thoughts as well, see if there's anything else I might have missed. And who knows, I might even change my mind and maybe I'll like this more after. It depends. Depends how hard they torture me off screen. Who knows? Yes, and since I am going to embrace the potato motif, I might get an operation to turn into a potato, as I'm starting to feel like a potato trapped in a man's body. It may take a while, but eventually this avatar will be one potato. And I blame Blue for making me a potato in his fucking whiskey thumbnails. Yes, the idea of becoming a potato seems very appealing. So yes, I will leave it there. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Nick's Digital Pollution, Toxic, Trump Daddy, you're always welcome. You're always welcome in England with an army to take down the balaclava wearing scumbags. And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern, English or not, thanks for watching. And do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, links are in the description below, as I got off my ass to organise this properly. But right now, that's me done, and I'm off to the pub.
Can I have spuds, please?
Spuds! Good choice. George's song. Listen very carefully, the question comes straight after.
Baked potato changed my life. Baked potato showed me the way. If you want to know what is wrong from right, you must listen to what potatoes say.
Do be good, don't be bad.
Potato.
Don't be happy, don't be sad.
Thank you, baked potato. And if you want to have a better day, you must listen to what the baked potatoes say.
Do be early, don't be late.
Thank you, baked potato.
Always eat what's on your plate.
Thank you, baked potato. And if you want to have a better day, you must listen to what the baked potatoes say. P-A-K-E-T-P-O-T-A-T-O. Baked potato! Yeah! Baked potato! It was a song about the baked potato! Thank you, goodbye!
You like it a lot. George, song about baked potato. Marika, his question is quite simple. Can you name me 3 films or television shows that take their name from a way of preparing potatoes?